Hi Gemini, here's a general look at your solar chart for June 2009, and may I wish you a happy birthday. You know, in the ancient Greek zodiac there were 22 signs, and your sign actually has 3 signs allotted to it in the Greek zodiac, and that's Perseus, Orion and Auriga, the charioteer, which shows what a versatile personality you have. You are known as the communicator of the zodiac. The one who always has, you know, something to say about something or something to think about something, and you are the message bearer of the zodiac, and your ruling planet is Mercury, with the wings on his helmet and on his heels, the winged messenger of the gods. And you're a dual sign. That means that you have a face looking either way. You're born under the heavenly twins, so it's a little bit like those theatre masks, one that frowns and one that smiles. And you are, you know, connected to the clown and the performer as well. And those beautiful clowns that in the circus that come in the black and the white. So Gemini, this month, well, I think you're going to have the luxury of being more self-centered because it's your month, and part of that self-centeredness, I don't think you're going to be that inclined to frantic activity, even though you have a lot of good planetary, well, you've got the sun in your sign actually, but I think you're going to be inclined to seek out some space of your own, maybe to get on with things in the background, work on a project. Could be that you just need to touch base, could be that you need to heal, that you need to you know, do things which are healing, which take you out of yourself, maybe, or maybe it is, you know, that you need to sort out a health problem. But I don't want to sort of emphasize that too much, because actually, even if you do need to sort out a health problem, I think what this month is about is touching base with yourself and preparing for the next stage, which is likely to start happening after mid-month. So you should be attracted to, you know, therapeutic activities, healing activities, anything which absorbs you, anything where you can escape into this other world, and also I think you'll be interested in people from other worlds, if you see what I mean. So that's to say, foreign connections, however far outside of, you know, your own stamping ground that is. So obviously planetary foreign connections, but could be off-planet foreign connections. Who knows? However, Gemini, your stamping ground is just about everywhere. So I think, despite that, new influences, new ideas, new people, or just maybe a new person is likely to come into your space, into your life, you know, personally, or through a book, or through a body of knowledge, or in some other way. Turn the light on in some way, you know, in a maybe neglected or obscure area of your mind. Very much about touching base, very much about balancing yourself, your body, your mind, psyche, soma this month, but also learning, because you're on this learning curve, and so, you know, it has an academic feel to it as well. Where you are literally, you know, researching something, studying something, and maybe getting busier with that from mid-month. But I do think that it's important for you just to be able to, because there's a feeling of a cocoon energy this month, and it won't be until after mid-month, or maybe on into July, that this butterfly actually springs from this cocoon, or maybe the butterfly just sort of emerges from the cocoon with all her wings still wet until we get into July. It's kind of kind of a slow start, but a start there is, a start, this emerging going on. But on the other hand, there's still, you're still a work in process, and you are processing a lot. I think you're feeling more introspective and reflective as well. So try and make sure you get more downtime. Try and make sure you get time to relax. Gemini, your sign rules the nervous system, the lungs, the respiratory system. So you tend to stress and probably work better under pressure with a lot going on as well. But you do tend to live very much in your head, and this is a month for you to get out of that, to get out of your mind, in a good way, of course. So if you need to go and do something which takes you, out of your normal sort of sense of self or perceptions, like dancing, whatever it is, that's good. But also I think there'll be influences coming into your world which do take you out to these sort of other places as well. Now on the 6th and 7th you're likely to feel a bit limited or a bit sort of struggling a bit there temporarily. No big deal, it passes. And overall this is a creative, inspirational month, a healing month, a month when you can be working on something in the background, but it is quite ungrounded as well. It's an idealistic time, but it's kind of an ungrounded idealistic time. So you'll be learning, you'll be sitting at the feet of the guru, or you'll be on the pilgrimage, or you'll be rubbing shoulders with those who you can learn a lot from. But be careful, that you miss the point in some way, or you rely too heavily on somebody else's concept, somebody else's system and method of doing it, because to thine own self be true. It always actually comes back down to that, because nobody else can be true to thine own self but you. When you think about it. Now foreign connections are highlighted, travel could be highlighted, education is highlighted for many of you, and also possibly legal issues could be highlighted as well. Now if you're coming from a good place inside, this projects out, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be during this very expansive, interesting and probably quite uplifting phase this month. But remember to engineer this sort of retreat space for yourself. Maybe you need to drop some toxic load, Gemini. So we all build this up from time to time in the body, but also maybe we neglect the mind and also the feelings. By that I mean the emotions. And by the way, your feelings, i.e. your intuition, will be working very well this month. So listen to the gut instinct about somebody or something, and in that way to thine own self you can be true. Those twins born between the 5th and the 7th, you could feel a little blocked or downhearted or just unappreciated, because things are moving so slowly and they're a bit heavy, or they can be very heavy in fact. So rather than argue with reality for those Geminians, simply do the task that's nearest, though it's dull. And maybe a little bit unappealing and unattractive. This is the universe testing you. This test period comes round once every 29 years, with kind of updates every 7 years. But this is one of those periods when you're being poked and prodded for flaws. It is challenging, but it passes, and that devil-may-care twinkle will be lighting up your face again as July unfolds. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? Right, okay, well that's it for June. If you know your rising sign, have a listen to that too.